May we know you're not separate from us. May we feel you in our hearts. Let your will come true. Let us love like you. Thanks for your forgiveness. May we forgive ourselves and others too. La da da. Thank you for guiding our steps while we're here. May we walk in love, not fear. When we listen, your message is clear. The kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is here.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had a fabulous co-writer on that song, and we want to be sure and give credit where it's due.
Yes.
So if you recognize some of the text, Stowe and I spent a couple hours one afternoon studying the Hebrew and Aramaic texts of the Lord's Prayer. So that's where that comes from. Pretty heavy-duty co-writer.
We only write with the best.
Yes. So we are thrilled to be here visiting from Nashville, even though it's been quite cool in Nashville.
Yes.
And this is my home state, so although I was born and raised in El Paso, do you claim that as part of the state? Still? Oh, okay. Okay, so 4 years ago, in December, 4 years ago, I had a rather momentous birthday. A really, really big one. And I was doing okay, frankly, until I picked up my first People magazine. And I saw a feature that I've seen many times. I saw it a little differently this time. It says, looking good at every age. How many of you have seen this feature in a People magazine? Okay. So then it shows you the row of 20-somethings looking good, the row of 30-somethings looking good, the row of 40-somethings, and the row of 50-somethings, and then it stops. Okay. 2 days later, I'm at the hairdresser's, and I pick up a magazine. And it says, taking care of your skin at every age. And it tells you how to take care of your 20-year-old skin, your 30-year-old skin, your 40-year-old skin, your 50-year-old skin, and then it stops. And I'm thinking, have I disappeared? And then I have that other momentous birthday coming up in December. Can you say Social Security? Oh my God. It won't be bad to be secure for one time in my life. Anyhow, and so I'm thinking about this other present that the universe seems to have sent every one of those 4 years since that big birthday, which seems to be about 2 pounds per year, that no amount of water aerobics or body pump makes a dent in. So I was kind of depressed about it, frankly, it's a good thing I hang out with positive people, and we were hanging out with our sweet friend Karen Drucker, the queen of affirmation songs, right? And she says, we need to write an affirmation song that reminds you of the truth of who you are. So that's what we did, and we'll invite you to sing the affirmation part. But we want to send this out to anybody else who may be doubting your worth based on some ridiculous thing, like a number, whether it be an age, a birthday, or what the scale says. So know the truth with us. I am a gift, no matter what age, no matter how I look, no matter what I weigh. I am a gift, and I promise every day, when I look in the mirror, I'll say, I am a gift. That's what we want you to sing with us. Here we go. I am a gift. Oh, sing it again. It's so true. I am a gift. Yeah.
I am a gift. I've loved really well, and every year I've lived has a different tale to tell. I've made mistakes, have some regrets, but I promise I'll never forget. I am a gift. Sing that with us again.
I am a gift.
Oh, you know you are.
I am a gift.
There may be times when I forget the truth about me.
When it seems time and youth are just marching on without me, that's when I might need you to find me and ever so gently remind me that I am a gift. I'm God's precious child.
I was put here on this earth, but only for a while.
So I make this vow, and I say it with love. I am perfect and whole and enough. Sing that with us. I am perfect and whole and enough. One more time. I am perfect and whole and enough. And I am a gift. And I am a gift. Just keep singing that. Let it sink in. I am a gift. Oh, no matter what birthday I had, just. I am a gift. No matter what the scale said this morning. I am a gift. I'm a precious child of God. And I am a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that feels better. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, now you've learned some stuff about me, and I want you to learn some stuff about my best friend and sister, Stowe. You know, actually, Stowe likes me better than my real sister likes me. Well, I'm having so much fun hanging out with this woman. But there's a couple things about Stowe that you will not believe, okay? One is that up until we got together to do this duo 3 years ago, for the past 15 years before that, she was not sharing her gifts. She'll tell you. And the other thing is that this thin, svelte, it's a good thing I love her so much, woman, 4 years ago weighed 40 pounds less and had been recommended for hospice care. She was this close to checking out of this world with her stage 3 cancer. And as you can see now, she is a guitar-playing, singing miracle.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you. Man. Ooh, right back at you. God is good. Well, so just to backtrack a little bit, I want to tell you why I was not sharing my gifts these many years. And it has to do with fear. For way too much of my life, I allowed fear to sabotage my dreams. I'd look back and I see that I was afraid that maybe my gifts weren't good enough. Maybe my voice wasn't good enough, or my songs, or my guitar playing, whatever. Deep down inside, I know that I was just really afraid that I wouldn't be loved for who I am. And I know you guys know this. Fear is toxic to our bodies. My body took all this fear and said, if you're not going to live your life, you're going to lose it. And it took me almost losing my life before I finally got this message that fear doesn't stop you from dying. It stops you from living. It's true. So when I finished this song, I was pretty sure it was going to be played at my funeral. Ooh. I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to play it for you here today. Live. Sitting in the backseat of my car, strumming on my old guitar, singing songs with my wooden friend, and thinking back a year ago, it was almost the end. Still feel the echoes of the day I got the news. When it dawned, I had everything to lose, but prayers of strangers and love of family. And every day I walk this world, it's all a gift to me. 'Cause I got a second chance to laugh and love, to sing and dance, and I know it's a sweet and precious gift, a second chance to live. Some stay a while, some say goodbye. Who knows when? Who knows why? But we all have a chance to try, learning how to love. When it's my time, when all my work is done, he'll call my name and I'll be gone, and I'll finally see my Father's face and stand before the love of his amazing grace. And I You guys are sweet. Well, when you almost lose your life, when you almost lose your body, it causes you to take a better look at yourself and how to better take care of what we call our body suit, you know, where our soul is housed.
Yes, and I'm sure we all know the phrase, your body is the temple of your soul. So we saw that recently and thought that would be a great affirmative?
Yes.
Affirmative. I do live in Nashville, but it's not. That'd make one of them real good affirmative songs.
For when we're on the road, right?
Yes, when we're on the road and the Crystal Burgers are calling.
Yeah, so we invite you to stand up and stretch out your bodysuit. Woo! We're going to move around a little bit this Sunday.
And you're going to learn this chorus and sing along with us as soon as you get it. It's easy. It goes like this. My body is the temple of my soul. My body is the temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is the temple of my soul.
I used to think a body's just a body, a handy place to hang my clothes.
I didn't treat it nice, no, I was naughty. But Lord, I've changed my ways, 'cause heaven knows my body is the temple of my soul. My body is the temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is the temple of my soul.
When I was young, I didn't want to hear it, no.
But every year I'm closer to the truth.
It's all connected, body, mind, and spirit.
Good God, you mean no jumbo baby Ruth?
No!
Because my body is the temple of my soul.
Yeah.
My body is the temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is the temple of my soul. No tempo change.
So that makes it a vessel, holy and special.
To harness its powers, I'll get my 8 hours. Less emails,
And test,
more dancing,
and sex.
well, in all things moderation.
Less work
More vacation, more veggies and fruits.
for this body suit.
But most of all, please remember to breathe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
my body is the temple of my soul. Yeah, my body is the temple of my soul. My body is the temple of my soul. My body is the temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is the temple of my soul. I've only got one of it. My body is the temple of my soul. Oh, thank you.
And here ends the second, whatever.
So, my sweet mama had quite an amazing bodysuit that did her very well for about 88 of her 94 years. But in those last years, I'll tell you what, it was pretty challenging. Okay, first of all, she was a Leo. How many Leos in the house? Let me see, please. Look at them. See, that's what Leos do. They go, me. Yes, that was my mama. They fill up a room, those Leos. And also, she was a genius. I mean, she belonged to Mensa, the Society for Genius IQ People, and she was very, very proud of her smarts. She was also an artist and did all these fabulous things. Well, She ended up legally blind from macular degeneration and living in a dementia care unit. And I want to tell you, in spite of nearly 30 years of these beautiful Unity teachings, I went to some pretty dark places there. And I'm thinking, really? Everything happens for a reason and it's all perfect? Really? And I'm railing at God saying, you know, this really stinks. This is so mean and so unkind. The good news is I didn't stay there long because I know these principles work. I've watched them work for 30 years. So I'm saying, okay, if there is perfection in what's going on with my mama, you show it to me. And I'll be darned if it wasn't shown to me through the writing of this song. So Stowe and I want to send this out to anybody going through a similar situation with a parent or a partner or a friend, and we hope the song might bring you some comfort. This is the woman who had all the answers, the one I would lean on for comfort, for strength. She's never forgotten one grandchild's birthday. Now she can't remember my name. And it makes me so angry. I shake my fist and cry out to the heavenly one. Why would you play such a cold-hearted trick? I thought your job was to love. And the answer came down from above. She's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. This is the woman who saw things so clearly, the one who could pick out one crumb on the floor. She saw through a white lie, saw me through love's eyes. She hardly can see anymore. And it makes me so sad, and it just isn't fair. Why should so much be taken away? But when I cry out for all that she's lost, I silently hear someone say, she's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. And oh, the wonder she'll see, and I know she'll remember to watch over me. She's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. To love note. If you are going through a difficult time with one of your parents now, if you have become the parent and they the child, if they are not who they were and you find yourself confused, stressed, and angry, I understand. I know this is not easy, and it's all right, and it's perfect. Breathe, cry, go to a ridiculous movie, take a walk, find a support group, consume moderate amounts of chocolate, and take good care of yourself. My heart is with you. Yeah. Well, we have, thank you. You guys are amazing, by the way.
Yes.
We have but one story and one song left in the lesson portion. Before we do these last two pieces, I just want you to know that the song we're going to do, Stowe and I have written 65 songs in the 3 years we've been doing this. And this one that we're going to do was written unlike any of the rest of them. We absolutely felt like it just came right through us. We wrote it down, and it's meant for you.
It is for you, yeah.
So I've asked Stowe to share few of my favorite pages from her book. It's you will see, it's a beautiful, real, vulnerable. It's just like you, Stoline.
Where is this thing?
Sorry, I slip into my Nashville sometimes. Do you remember where it is?
Yes, I do. Well, on my journey through cancer, I sought out so many modalities of healing. Boy, I tried everything. And it led me to meet some of the most beautiful people that I've ever met. And one was a lady down in Florida, and she does healing work. And this is an excerpt from a conversation we had. She said, "Do you love yourself, Stowe? I mean, really love yourself?" "Yes," I answered too quickly. Over the last few months, I've learned that Marilyn is one of those special people who has not only the gift of healing, what some call laying on of hands, but she also has the ability to see beyond the surface, perhaps what's called the gift of knowledge. In other words, she intuitively knows what people are thinking. When I look in her eyes, she smiles, and I have the feeling she is on to me. "You know," she says, "right now, you look just like your daughter, Grace." Thanks. That's quite a compliment. Yes, she's a special little girl. Again, Marilyn studies me. She leans in closer. "You've told me about your past, Stowe, how your mother died when you were young, and how your father put you and your brother into foster care. And I know you were abused emotionally and sexually. I can only imagine that throughout all of that, you must have felt abandoned, unloved." Yes, my voice is barely a whisper. "And perhaps as a child, you thought that if the world didn't love you, if your family didn't love you, maybe you didn't deserve to be loved." My jaw tightens and I lower my eyes. The room suddenly feels hot. Am I right? I nod slowly. "Okay, Stowe, I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes now and imagine a few of the bad things that happened to you as a child. Can you do that?" "Yes." "All right. Now I want you to imagine those things happening to Grace." "Oh," I cry out suddenly, "no." Tears sting my eyes. This is an unbearable thought. Marilyn reaches out to me, placing her hand on mine. "Okay, now I want you to see yourself as you see Grace, to picture the beautiful child that you are. Love her like you love Grace."
And perhaps once we've learned to love ourselves, we can become aware of an even greater love. So if you will, we would love it if you would close your eyes and just imagine, if you can, the voice of God.
Child of mine, my beloved one, darling daughter, special son, you have never been alone. In my heart, you're always home. I'm not sure you understand. I am your greatest fan. Do you know how adored you are? How your precious heart is honored here? Do you know that you are loved and you're enough? Just the way you are. Do you know how adored you are?
As a babe, you came to earth with secrets of the universe, but you forgot along the way. You are cherished, you are safe. I'm right here in everything you do. Take a breath, I'm breathing you. Do you know how adored you are? How your precious heart is honored here? Do you know that you are loved and you're enough? Just the way you are. Do you know how adored you are?
And oh, how you would love yourself, sweet child of mine.
If only you could see yourself through my eyes, you would know how adored you are.
How your precious heart is honored here.
You would know that you are loved
And you're enough. Just the way you are. It's yours to believe.
yours to receive.
Do you know how adored you
So just breathe that in.
Just take it in.
Thank
You are
you.
adored.
Breathe that in. Know that that is true, and so it is.
Applause seems not enough to tell you how we've been blessed by your ministry today, but that's, I think, what we have. So if we just let them know how grateful we are. Thank you. So you can take them home with you. They're going to be in the lobby right after the service, and they have a table, and they'll have some people helping them. But really, this is a wonderful way you can support their ministry. You can support your own spiritual life. Their books, their CDs will it's cheaper than a therapy session, really. It's just great, and probably more effective for many of us. So really just want to thank you both for being here today. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you. So we got one more song, and actually, if you come back to the workshop, I told you wanted to change your plans, right? If you come back this afternoon, you'll get much more music and much more insight and teaching from Karen and Stowe.
So just in case you didn't get the message in our last song, we want to remind you with this one, you can go out singing. It goes a little something like this.
Again, it's got a chorus we want you to learn. Woo, we got a band. Here we go. You are loved, all is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved, all is well.
Tell them about it, Karen.
Find the joy in living. It's not supposed to hurt. Ask and it is given. Yeah, that's the way it works. Get yourself a big old dream. Be open to receive. Gravitate, appreciate. You're right where you need to be. Whoa, you are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved. All is well. Your turn, Stowe.
Don't take yourself so serious. This is how it's done. Be easy about all of this. Life's meant for having fun. Raise up your vibration. Tune to your heart.
Know what you want.
Act nonchalant.
Remember who you are. Oh, you are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved. All is well.
Break it down now.
Okay, everybody, put your hands together for a little middle-aged white women's rap.
Ow. What would you do?
If you knew,
It's impossible for you to fail.
who would you be?
Can you see?
Take a step.
Come on, blaze a brand new trail.
You bring about what you think about.
Yeah, you bring about what you think about.
What's your hurry?
What's your worry?
Why you thinking that you're all alone?
Because you're not. So stop, take a breath.
Realize what you've always known.
You bring about what you think about.
Yeah, you bring about what you think about.
Think about.
You bring about what you think about. So think about this. You are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved. All is well. Again. You are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved. All is well. Oh, you are loved. All is well.
Karen Taylor Good, Stowe Daily Shocking.
Thank you.
They are Stowe